Look, I get it. You only have 24 hours in a day, and you spend so many of those hours working, hanging out with a friend, scrolling through your phone, and when it comes to studying English, you keep telling yourself, I'll do it tomorrow. But tomorrow turns into the next day, and the next, and it never happens. Why? Because you don't have a study plan. You don't know how to study. You don't know what to study to improve your English. But today it changes. I'm going to give you a simple, powerful study plan. Just 20 minutes a day. That's it. A tiny part of your 24 hours. So this study plan has 4 sessions. Let's start with the first session. Session number 1, warming up your brain. You know how they say the morning is the most important part of the day? Well, it's true, and especially true when you're learning English. So, when you wake up in the morning, the first thing that you need to do is to warm up your brain to think and operate in English. And you have to do it in a relaxed and easy way. How? Simple. Write for 5 minutes. That's it. Just 5 minutes. It's not a big commitment, right? But those 5 minutes will help your brain start thinking and functioning in English after a long night's rest. To express yourself fluently in any English conversation, you need to be comfortable talking about a range of topics. Maybe you're great at talking about your family, but you struggle when it comes to describing the weather. That's why it's important to practice different topics so you're ready for any conversation. I'll put the 100 most common topics that we use in our daily conversations in the description below so you can go and check that out next. So here's your daily task. Every morning, pick one topic and write about it for 5 minutes. Do not stress about making mistakes. Do not overthink how to start your sentences. Just 4 to 5 sentences are enough. The goal is to wake up the English side of your brain. For example, if you picked food as your topic, you can write something simple like, I like food. Pizza is my favorite. Healthy food is good for you. I eat fruits every day. Cooking at home is better than eating out. And yes, these sentences are basic, but yet, in session 4, you'll see how we can upgrade these sentences, how we can use advanced sentences instead of these basic sentences. So stick around. But for now, every day, choose one topic and write about it. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about practice. Session number 2, feeding your brain. This part is the absolute most important step. Once you've warmed up your brain by writing, it's time to feed it by new information. And the best way to do that, watch a short video, something like a 5-minute video about the same topic that you wrote about. For example, if you were journaling about food, like why food is important, find a short video on that topic and watch it. When you watch a video on something that you've already thought and written about, amazing things happen. You expose yourself to new words, expressions, and beautiful sentence structures that you need to express yourself fluently and clearly. That's why this step is so important. You're adding to your vocabulary in this step. Think about it. In session 1, you picked a topic and tried to write about it. But maybe you felt stuck. Your sentences were basic. You realize there's a gap in your knowledge. But actually, that's a good thing because now you know what you need to learn. And in this session, in session 2, when you watch a video on the same topic, you'll start noticing things. You'll hear an idiom or a more advanced structure that perfectly expresses something that you struggled to say. And suddenly, everything clicks. This is the fastest and most effective way to learn English. Why? Because when you learn right after identifying a gap in your knowledge, the learning sticks. It becomes 100% more useful and memorable, and your progress skyrockets. And there's more. Watching a short video every day will improve your listening skills too. Your brain and your ears get used to the sounds of English, the rhythm, the intonation. The more you do it, the easier it gets. Now, what you should do while you're watching a video, As you watch, keep a notebook handy and write down some of the new words, expressions, and some of the sentence structures that are new to you. But make sure not to overdo it. Do not worry about writing everything. Just writing 5 or maybe 6 of them is enough. Session number 3, getting comfortable with English. So, what are you going to do with all those new words that you wrote down from the last session? It's time to dive deeper and really understand them. This session is all about deep understanding of the new words so that you'll be able to use them yourself. And trust me, this step is going to take your vocabulary to a whole new level. Here's how. Take the new words that you wrote down while watching the video and look them up. But don't stop at the definition. That's only half the story. If you want to use them yourself comfortably, you have to know how they behave in real sentences, how to use them in the right context. Let's say the word nutritious is new to you. Do not just read the definition. Go further. Look at several example sentences. See how it's used in different situations. Pay attention to what kind of words often go with it, like nutritious meal or nutritious ingredients. This will help you to understand why these words were used in the video and how you can use them naturally in your own conversations. When you approach vocabulary this way, everything starts to click, the meaning sticks, and using them feels natural because you're not just memorizing, you're learning how to use and apply them in your own life. Session number 4, making the information stick. This step is so incredibly effective that if you skip it, your entire study plan will lose its power. Seriously, this step is where everything comes together. So pay extra attention. This is where the real magic happens. In this session, you'll take 5 minutes to go back to your journal. Remember what you did in session 1? You picked a topic and wrote about it. Now, it's time to review your sentences and improve it using the new words, expressions, anything that you've learned so far. Go through your journal entry and start editing. Try to replace some basic words with advanced vocabulary that you learned and picked up from the video. So this step is so crucial because this is where you start incorporating what you've learned into your own life and language. Let's upgrade our basic sentences that we wrote down in session 1 with better vocabulary and structure, the kind that you'll definitely learn after watching a short video on the topic of food. Pizza's my favorite could be, I absolutely love pizza, especially when it's made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Healthy food is good for you could be something like, maintaining a balanced diet with nutritious food is essential for good health. I eat fruits every day could be, I make an effort to include a variety of fruits in my daily meals because they're packed with vitamins. And the last one could be something like, preparing homemade meals is often healthier and more cost-effective than dining at restaurants. Think about it. When you watch a video, you just passively listen to it. But when you take that information and actively use it to improve your basic sentences, you're engaging your brain in a powerful way. You're creating your own content, and that's where the real learning happens. Many English learners ask, why do I learn new words but I forget them so quickly? Well, the answer is simple, because you're not applying those new words. When you take the time to use the new vocabulary in your own sentences, you make the information stick. It becomes part of your active knowledge, not just something that you recognize when you hear it. Studies show that applying what you learn is far more effective than just rereading your notes. The more you use new information, the more likely it's to stay with you. So, take those 5 minutes seriously, edit, rewrite, and make your journal shine with everything you've learned. And that's the complete study plan. Having a clear, effective plan shows you the roadmap to achieving your goal, becoming fluent in English. Stick with it and you'll see amazing progress. I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.